Yo, 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 what's going on? It is your man, Mr. Relationships, aka BeNda WORLD. I want to welcome you guys back for the part 2 of the Murder Inc. story Q&A. Let me not waste any time. Let me bring my brother in here, Chris Gotti. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful time, man. I caught the episode. If you Chris, what up, what up, what up?
BeNda, what's good? We
Man,
back at it.
I just wanted to get fresh, man. You know what I'm saying?
All
So,
good, all good. I'm in my car driving. I got a dinner meeting with some business people. You know, I had to get at 9:30, so I
no,
could move it a little. We got a little time, so we got a little over 30 plus minutes to get to it today.
so, hey, man, Chris is a busy man. Man, we on part 2. Part 2 of the Murder Inc. story was saying was Irv Gotti has to be one of the best A&Rs to bring Jay-Z, Rockefeller, and DMX and Murder Inc. Like, do you think Irv get the credit he deserves for being an A&R?
He never gets that credit. You know, it's part of our history. They never gave Irv his flowers of all the things he accomplished and done. But, you know, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but very weird, because the things he's accomplished, you know what I mean? And, you know, one of the other things, like I said, all the labels at one time was just trying to get a record from Irv. They just wanted to work with Irv. They wanted a beat. They would call me or they get him, and they just wanted to work with him and, like, basically help their artists with this stuff they doing.
Exactly.
And it's very weird that they never talk about that. I mean, I look around, you know, there's been some incredible producers in the industry, you know, no shade on nobody.
Right, for sure.
No one's wave was big as Irv's. It's all the same. Like, the biggest producers was no bigger than Irv, wasn't no less or bigger. They was all in the same boat, is what I'm saying. But they talk about them and they don't talk about Irv. So it's weird. You know, maybe it's because he goes on those rants or something, you know, with different things, and he speaks his mind. Irv is very open to what he speaks about.
But like I was saying, do you feel like that's a challenge that other new artists and producers face, not being politically correct in the system? Like Irv speaks his mind. So do you think that stops him from, you know what I'm saying, opportunities?
You know, yes. I'm gonna speak real.
Tell me
You
the
talk
truth,
to
Chris.
me, I'm gonna tell you what my truth. This is my truth. I believe it absolutely has effect on the end result, which is deals.
Right.
We've seen so many people that we thought we was gonna get deals from not do deals, and for whatever reason. And I know even someone like a L.A. Reid, who I've recently seen. Shout out L.A. Reid. You know what I'm saying? Not too long ago, and I spoke about it, and I let him know. You know, Irv was supposed to be the president of Def Jam at one point.
Okay.
And they didn't give him the job. L.A. Reid didn't give it to him, and he said something to Irv that it goes to what we're talking about right now. And what he said to Irv was, "I can't deal with you like Leor, where you're yelling and cursing me out in front of the whole staff." And that Irv and Leor's relationship was very volatile with the way they handled each other. More so Irv handling Leor. And to L.A. Reid's credit, which I told him that night because I never really got to speak to him about it, was I appreciated, me personally, that you had the balls to say it.
Right.
Because most of these execs wouldn't say it, they just disappear. He said, Irv, I can't work with you like that.
For sure.
He said, and he told him, like, you are incredible, you should be the one, but I, as the chairman at the time of overseeing all of it, I can't work with someone like that, especially you, is too volatile. To which Irv wasn't happy with that answer. But, you know, at the end of the day, I told Irv afterwards, I said, at least he gave it to you straight. It was real.
Right.
I said,
out of bullshit.
Yeah. And I said, give the man credit for that, at least. Because most of these other execs don't have the fucking balls to tell you the real truth. So yes, absolutely, his comments and his demeanor had an effect on his business. So we used to have a gag order for him. You know, I would have high signs for him, like if I hit my nose, like, yo, or pull on my ear, like, shut up, you talking too much. But then, you know, that's in the beginning days. Once Irv got to a certain level, he didn't give a fuck what sign I was hitting him with. He didn't give a, he gonna say what he want.
Okay, so
You can't silence young Malcolm. You can't silence young Malcolm.
nah, I get it. So Ja Rule making the second album. He makes the album. Y'all made the album
Yes.
in LA, correct?
Yes, went to LA and made a fucking incredible piece of work, incredible album. Totally, the Murder Inc. sound was birthed from that album. But go ahead.
And then Leo Cohen, y'all turned the album, tell y'all the album shit and it's soft. So like,
Yeah.
talk to me about that. So I think that I truly feel that that was when Ja Rule hit the hardest with those records. So do you think new artists or just people in business in general, should they not listen to executives that much? You know, like
Man, you
they
touching
were
on
wrong.
the hey Benda, you touching on the points, man. That is a Fendi fact right there. Like, you
Yeah,
know, I tell artists all the time because they want my opinion.
right.
And I said, my opinion is one thing, but you listening to me is another,
Mhm.
right? We all have an opinion. You know, everyone's got an opinion, but the reality is it's your career, your life, and you know the landscape of where you are musically, sonically, and where you're trying to get to. So
It's
I may not see your whole vision.
for sure.
So I could give you some information on how it sounds and what I think. But
Right,
personally, man, this is your life. You live it. You know, and you do what you want. Now, mind you, if you're trying to get a deal and the person you're trying to get a deal with is saying they don't want something, I understand you trying to appease them to get that sound to them so they do, you know, correlate with what they want so you could get
right.
your deal.
But
End of the day, if they don't hear your music, it's business. That to me is just business. You trying to get in where you fit in. And I understand that side of the business as well. But
Irv, documentary, Irv took the 1,200 it was, and he started DJ. So listen,
man,
I want you guys to understand. Not only did the label say no, we don't believe in your record, they told them, hey man, we're gonna underserve you as far as the marketing. Irv Gotti still made it fucking happen. So
Irv
that's
went
it.
to work. Leo tried to act like Def Jam was always supporting. That's not real. Um, he doesn't want to look. Once the record got going, he did kick in and start supporting it. After Irv got it going, and like Irv said, that changed the dynamic of his relationship inside of Def Jam with Leo, and that's when he used to start telling Leo, "Just get behind me and shut the fuck up, do what I'm telling you." And that's real. He wasn't lying when listen to me. That's the exact reason L.A. Reid said what he said. I can't deal with you like you dealt with Leo. Because Irv would tell Leo, shut the fuck up in front of everybody and just keep pushing. Because once he was telling Irv to throw that album away, like Irv said, a 7 million selling album, man, you can't tell me nothing. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Just get behind what I'm saying and
That's how
let's go.
it's that Kanye.
Hey, but Kanye didn't, again, you know, Kanye didn't have the label like he was an artist on a Rockefeller. It's a totally different dynamic. Imagine Ja Rule doing that. That's why Kanye's Kanye.
Right.
Imagine Ja Rule doing that and saying, y'all, fuck y'all with it. Totally different dynamic from
Gotcha.
Irv, a producer, you know what I'm saying, going in and making these music and then going back to the label and saying, listen, and then took the shot. And
Right.
again, I give Ja Rule so much credit when people always overlook Ja. Ja is a monster, man. Like Ja absolutely allowed Irv to do that. It was Ja's choice first. It wasn't Irv's choice. He went to Ja, and Irv said it. He said, I went to Ja, told him, and just like in Ja Rule fashion with anything, fuck that, let's go.
Exactly.
And
Now,
again, I
fuck with it.
guarantee you, if I put that same scenario to 100 artists, if 99 of them would go the other direction because it's their career, it's their livelihood, they're so worried about their being a business, you know, they're a brand and all of this shit, they would be so in fear of that shit. It's just
Right.
the 1 percentile that would fucking say fuck that and go do it, and that is Ja Rule. He's one of one. He's special, and no one gives the man the credit. I always give that man that credit because he walked front line. He did everything any artist could talk about. Like, he did it, and he did it with style and grace. That's the difference, you know what I'm saying? When you get down to this shit, he did it with class, and he did it. He never went out crazy. He always did his thing, and that's it. And when it came to his music, he believed in himself. And even when it was, you sound like X, he went and switched up.
But he did.
They did the diss record on Irv's beat. Told Irv, keep it. That's a fact. I know, like I said, it was, I remember that like yesterday because that was a big deal. I'm the producers. I ran the production company.
Right.
So I'm the one that got them to say they want that track. So Irv went to go produce it once they accept the beat, and then they shitting.
Right.
Nah, nigga. We going like, nah, in rules, like, just like Irv said, in rule fashion, let him do it. Fuck him. And he was on this rebellious shit, nigga.
Yeah.
And again, how many artists is letting that go? One of one, nigga. One of one. Give that man that credit where credit's due. Don't always shit on that nigga when he's doing all these big things. Like, he allowed that shit. He wasn't in fear of a fucking DMX, and definitely wasn't in fear of the Locks. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or even Jay.
Well, you know, again, it wasn't about Jay. He didn't have no real beef with Jay like that. Jay and them only tried to sun him, okay? They never thought Ja was going to become Ja, where he was outselling everybody. At that, there was a point Ja was the one over all of them, right? So at the end of the day, they never thought that was going to happen, especially no more than Jay or Dame Rockefeller. They used to look at Rule like, he's the little nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this guy. What up? And you know what? I want to take a quick second to say shout out Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? An artist / producer from Milwaukee out in AZ.
Hellcat, what it do, boy?
Dropping new music every Friday. So that's
it.
Ashanti Kid, you know what I'm saying?
Tell him, hey, he need to get with Adventure Music and stop playing the digital distribution for all independent artists. That's where you need to be. That's the company that's going to help you actually give you the information that you need to put when you put your records out, what to do. Most artists, yeah, you could go put it out, DistroKid. You still lost, nigga, because you don't know what else is the next steps. DistroKid is a great distribution company. Don't get me wrong, but go ahead and try and get some information and know what you got to do next. You still searching.
Facts.
Adventure Music's a one-stop shop, and that's the difference between us, fucking DistroKid, Empire, all of them, United Masters, all them companies. I have nothing but love for all of them.
Right. Shout out.
But they, you know what I'm saying? But they can't do what we do at Adventure Music. Period. Point blank.
Can't forget that you guys got Tales immediately right after.
Hey, Tales is popping this season, and it ain't like it wasn't popping before. Irv really put his foot in this season, man. I'm telling you.
It's really good. Like, not to say I'm surprised, but I haven't seen Irv in director's fashion. I know him as a producer, but the fucking Tales and even the Murder Inc. documentary is like, I'm glued to it. Like, I just watched it last night. I could be fresh for the day. But this shit is dope.
Listen to me, BeNda. My pops. Pops was one of the best storytellers you could meet. Irv inherited his storytelling ability. You know what I'm saying? Irv is a hell of a storyteller. And then, so when you think of all the videos we did, see, when people say that, like what you're saying, I'm like, think of all the videos we did and all these things. Irv is doing nothing but telling stories. Them videos was popping too. Like, don't get it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And yes, he's just telling stories about the way he portrays these songs. Even if it was a imitation like Goodfellas with You Gotta Go Home. You know, with Ashanti and Foolish, when that record, shout out Ashanti, you know what I'm saying? When it was all of that, it's like, man, he's just telling the story because that's what it related to him, his vision of what the song meant to him. And as you see, with the success, it made me feel like it meant that to most of the world that watched it. That's why they loved it.
Ashanti definitely came out. But like Irv said in this one, he said, man, it was the feel of these gritty rap songs. I want to get into the J-Lo record. Before I get into the J-Lo record, and like I said, man, shout out Hellcat, man. I appreciate you. I want more artists for these conversations to get at me, DM me for the promotion and how to get a live mention or sponsor the show with me and Chris Gotti. He's got an important dinner tonight. He still jumped on. You never know, we might go back on, but we keep our word. Chris is a man of his fucking word. So now let's move to the motherfucking Atlanta with 50 Cent. You know, I mean, I'm going to say this, right? Niggas got stabbed and all kind of shit. I like
50 Cent's music.
And tell you no other shit. And I love
Ja Rule's music.
And I love Murder Inc. Like, looking at all of the things that transpired now, do you feel like all of that shit was like it was worth it? Like, what was it even worth it? Like the energy they got, or did it take away from what the fuck y'all were trying to do?
No, at the end of the day, right?
Right.
As men first.
Exactly.
As men first, he was trying and testing rule, man. As a man. Like, I just call a spade a spade. That's all it is, man. And again, we're in a blood sport. Don't get it fucked up. This hip-hop shit back then was really physical. And you couldn't talk it. You know, it's not like it is today. It was different.
Right.
And I'm going to keep it all in bucket. Niggas was not outside.
Right.
Most of these artists were not outside. They was in fear of being outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We was outside. So at the end of the day, he took shots at Rule, but it was just a crazy dynamic. What's the movie? The Perfect Storm? We was in the perfect storm. Meaning you have 50 Cent, Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre, Eminem supporting this movement. We have going at us. Then you have the feds on our back. Now, when I say it was the perfect storm, is because we tried to make peace multiple times. How about this? I'm going to give the audience some crazy shit.
For
50 Cent paid $100,000 out of his budget for 4 tracks. First half, we was charged because Tina Davis, go do the research. Tina Davis, our girl, was at Columbia, Records when he was signed to Columbia Records, and he bought 4 tracks for $200,000, gave us our first half of $100,000. Okay? We gave Tina the love price for Tina.
Right.
So he wanted Irv to produce joints for him.
Okay.
And we was like, cool, Tina, we do it. Niggas don't know about this shit. They think it was I don't know that man to have a beef with that man. I say it every time.
Right.
Ja didn't know him to have a beef with him. He just started shitting. So when Rule talked to him, he tried to make him understand, like, yo, nigga, what you beefing with me for? I don't even know you.
Right.
And then shit escalated, and that was the end. But imagine this. Pre-managed him. So how's my OG managing a nigga and I got a problem with it?
And then he came out.
Let that sink in. I want everyone to answer that when they really think about what the fuck is up with the nigga. Again, and I'm not knocking him. That's how he got on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he can't have no real animosity towards niggas in the beginning because we don't know each other. I don't know you. I don't know how you could really be mad at a nigga they don't know.
Now, Queens, though, is Queens that all like Jam?
Queens is the biggest borough in New York, right? But at the end of the day, I'm from Hollis, Queens. I was born in Brooklyn, but I'm raised in Hollis, Queens. So I was from Brownsville, Livonia. We moved from Livonia over there into Hollis, Queens. So it's 8 of us. End of the day, I always claim Hollis because that's where I was raised.
Right.
You understand? So I'm raised in Hollis. End of the day, we were mortal enemies of niggas from Southside.
Okay, for sure.
You from Chicago. What 2 sides don't fuck with each other? The South Side and what? Talk about it. Okay, so look, it's no different. It ain't because you knew niggas. And then technically, I always tell niggas, he's from Rochdale. Rochdale is not Southside. Okay? He claims Southside because he's on the borderline right there. I get it.
Right.
But Rochdale was neutral. I could go there from Hollis and go over to Rochdale. My mans and them was right there. I'd be in Rochdale all the time. Bitches was in Southside. I mean, in Rochdale.
Right.
Hood niggas, Southside, which is Baisley Project, 40 Project. All of that was Southside. That's Preem is from Baisley Projects. Like, that's what I'm thinking Southside. Those are the niggas I had beef with, not niggas from Rochdale.
And you know what's funny? I got a call the other day, and it was about you. And they was like, yo, Chris really inherited his brothers and Ja's beefs. And he
Facts.
just on with such grace. It's like he don't get the credit for that. And it's like, you know, even you bring in the production for Holla Holla, like the first single that Rube had. I mean, man, it's like you an unsung hero, man. So like, if it wasn't for you, a lot of Murder Inc. shit wouldn't have happened. And I mean, there's a lot of people, like you say, shit was really physical then. People don't even know, man. It's just like, imagine what it would have been like if there was no Chris. You know what I'm saying? Because like Irv and Ja wouldn't have been able to focus on music without somebody saying, I got to make sure everybody's straight.
I know what you're saying is so real, but if there was no Chris, I don't know what would be. Because, you know, Irv don't really give that accolade out. And it's like, damn, my nigga, like, you don't really realize all the work I did or something. Like, he's my little brother, so he really never gets into it. And I always did it for, listen to me, I always did it for him. See, I'm a different brother, maybe, because I never looked at it but any other way that it's Irv shit, and I'm doing it for my brother. Right. I never see how everyone wants to own this and own that. That's my brother shit. I have no problem saying that.
Right.
I did everything I did was for him.
Right.
That's my little brother. So at the end of the day, that's how I moved. But the other side of that coin is, my nigga, why don't you ever say that? At least, why don't he say it instead of me saying it? That's the part that got me fucking crazy sometimes.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get on Irv Gotti ass when I get a chance, because you know, let me catch Irv in one of these live streams. I'll be like, yo, let me talk to you right quick. I have to bring Irv on here, man, because we have a lot of conversation about him, but I think he should be able to speak for himself. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Rule, I did it for Rule. Again, it's Ja's my brother, but I did things for Rule, man. Irv is my brother, but Rule's my brother as well. I did it for Rule, too. So at the end of the day, it was whatever. And again, it was, for me, listen to me, for me, it's music. I'm not even thinking about no real problem. I'm thinking we doing this shit, and I'm making sure everything's smooth, but I never felt that heat or that pressure. You know, I would go out and always get anywhere I walked in. See, niggas don't know that. You laughing, that shit is serious, because you don't know who's who. Right. And how did I navigate it was I went to niggas that was doing that. What's up? I'm really Murder Inc. We could get it going right now. We could go outside, whatever. Right. Most of the time, niggas sent me a bottle, bought me a drink. Yo, you right, OG. Blah, blah, I was just, they testing you.
The motherfucker checking your temperature.
Hey, we didn't realize, we thought that was only happening to us, but it was happening just as much to him. It's murder when he went out. That's why he stopped going out, in my opinion. He wasn't outside, nigga. He could say all he want. Every video he made was green screen, nigga. That in the club is a green screen. Like, and I'm not trying to shit on you. I'm trying to show the public so they understand the difference, especially in that era. Every video we did was in the hoods, everywhere. From LA, Baltimore, Philly, everywhere we went. Miami, we in the bottom with everybody in the hood. Niggas can never contest that or act like that's not real. I'm just speaking facts. And then that was a big deal at that era, in that moment, who was outside and who wasn't. We go to nigga, I remember going to St. Louis. We thinking we getting up with Nelly, and this nigga scared to go to East St. Louis. Man, we ain't going over there. We like, come on, that's where it's at, though, nigga. You on the Missouri side, anyone from St. Louis will testify to this shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's on the Missouri side. That's like coming to Manhattan, but you don't want to go to Brooklyn. You don't want to go, but that's where it's at. Right. So that's what I'm in East St. Louis. I'm on that side of the fence, and niggas didn't understand. Like, niggas wouldn't come out. We go to the West Coast, even from like a Snoop Dogg, and these niggas didn't want to be outside because they dealing with other problems with the gang shit.
So, I mean, okay, so when I was on the West Coast recording the album, I mean, was it some Blood Crip shit going on? Like,
absolutely. But look, I'm colorblind, nigga. I'm not a banger, and then I fucks with bangers, both sides. I fucks with all the brown, the Mexican niggas. See, that's the difference for me. So when we went out there, I I had, as like I like to say, the red, the blue, and the brown.
Right.
So any sector I went in, I had the OGs from this part that would fucking hold you down. And niggas would tell us, hey, don't go over there because we gonna get niggas. They would tell us.
Right.
And this shit was real, nigga. I'm telling you, there was an all-star. They robbed everybody, man.
Yeah, now niggas went to LA and got their ass stripped like they was handed to strokers.
Hey, stripped. Trust me. That's why, you know, God bless the dead. I had Jess was with Pop Smoke before he got killed. He was in the Super Bowl. We went to Miami. We was on the same flight. And we was hollering. And, you know, he was asking me about all of this beef shit and how I navigate through it and what did I do. Man, niggas came to me asking me that shit. I just keep shit private. You know what I'm saying? And then I told him, I said, I just kept it real with you. And I said, you different because, see, he's a member. See, I'm not a member. So niggas can't put a flag on me. Right. I'm Hollis crew. Put that flag on me, I'm going to hold it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, you repping certain things. You got a different type of problem than me that we had because we wasn't gangbangers. When I tell you, my first day, I hope they fucking air this shit in the episode because I told the story. Okay. It was like Sodom and Gomorrah in the house. Bitches everywhere, butt naked. Listen to me, first day in LA when we come out to make that album. John and was all over there.
I could only imagine.
They already out there. They had shows, so their house is already rocking. We walk in, me and Irv get up, we come off the same flight. We come in the gate. First thing is on the tennis court. Niggas is fucking on the tennis courts. No, hey, BeNda, no bullshit. Go walk past the pool, head of security, sitting there getting head. Gotti, what up? We like, yo, what the fuck's going on? We get in
y'all ain't never want to go back to the East Coast.
No, we get in the house. This is no lie, my nigga. We get in the house, and all these niggas and bitches all naked. The bitches is cooking. They got an apron on, but nothing on. They just got an apron so the oil don't splash. They, baby, hey, baby, you want some? I don't know who the fuck these bitches are. Hey, baby, you want something to eat? So I called the head of security. I called son. I said, yo, son, I want to be in this.
What the fuck is going on? Right.
I said, listen, you walk to the front door, it's a basket of guns, nigga, with little names attached. He made every gang member put their hammer in the basket. So you had to check their guns. There's a bowl of ecstasy sitting on the bar. There's a fucking basket of weed, literally like crazy. Right next to it, Dutch Masters, a fucking carton of Dutch Masters. So anyone come in, they get their X, make their little weed, whatever, rocking. Shit was crazy, nigga. That's the first day in LA. This is what we dealt with. And in every blood, you had the Bloods, you had the the Samoan niggas, the Booyah niggas.
Cause y'all had a
call. What happened, bro? You be able to move up a bit, please? Yeah. So, where you gonna do? You wanna pull out? Yeah, I'm trying to leave. All right, come on.
You got to get in the restaurant?
Nah, nigga interrupting my shit. But we had the Booyah tribe, you had Bloods, Crips, Mexicans, everyone in there. You know what else was in the crib? All the porn star niggas.
Now you know
they wanted the bitches we had. You feel me?
Right.
They wanted all the bitches we had. So they fucking follow niggas all around. And in Murder Inc., we let everyone party with us. That's the difference between us. Everyone, we allowed everybody. As long as you don't act like an idiot, come and smoke with Rule, fucking drink with niggas, fuck with the bitches, whatever. It was open. That's why we one of one. When I watch these other crews, they never move like us at the level we was at.
Right.
And I've been inside of mad different sets, or I've been around other niggas and they very tight with the people they let come in.
Right.
You know, even a nigga like me, they looking at me. So I fuck with who fuck with me. If I feel that vibe, I'm going. Good looking, my nigga, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But I don't see none of that shit no more at all. Nothing like that. The closest thing I think was like that and even them was Death Row, because Death Row didn't let anyone fuck with them.
Yeah. True.
You know what I'm saying? But our shit was fucking crazy. No gas, no nothing. Every time we out. And I put that on Rule. Because Rule was the type of superstar that would let everyone fuck with him. So if he leave by example, it trickle right down. So he tells security, nah, let him in. We got into a lot of shit because of that too, though. See, that's the flip side. You know, New Year's Day in Vegas, was one of the, like, these niggas, rules letting everyone fucking party. It's Vegas, it's New Year's.
Right.
And the nigga snatches the bottle out his fucking hand.
So that shit started the fight.
Oh my God, we tore these niggas up. They look like fucking raw steak. That's how bloody they was. They look like raw steak. They look like a fucking piece of meat, nigga. It was crazy. We paid a lot of money in lawsuits. You know, Irv would tell me stop going out constantly because there would be a lot of fucking niggas that, even though they wasn't G-Unit, would act like they G-Unit. So they called it like that.
That's crazy. All right, moving on to the J-Lo record.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, for sure. Got a brief intermission, ladies and gentlemen. He must be getting a phone call. Maybe Irv Gotti's calling. Maybe Ja Rule's calling. Saying, yo, this interview is dope. They want to tap in. You back with me?
Yeah.
So
listen, I got to get inside. I got another 5 minutes for you.
Okay, we're going to wrap up.
I just get back on. Again, we could do it tomorrow or something if you want or whatever to finish this one out because I know you got more questions and I don't want to cut you short. But, you know, this dinner is important, so I can't blow it off either. No,
for sure. End of the episode kind of ended with the J-Lo record and the Tommy Mottola situation. How did Ashanti feel about giving Real to J-Lo?
Well, again, she wanted the record 1,000%. I remember that like yesterday. The record was made so fast. You know, when Seven and Irv created that beat, right? Once the beat was made, Ja wrote that motherfucker and Ashanti did her part. Like, they did it like it was already a made record. Like, you know, that's how most of them hits was. They were so quick. You know, it was like it was already made. It's like, damn, these words are already there, you know? And the vibe and energy in the studio was fucking incredible. And it's like instantly we knew we had a hit. And Ashanti was like, man, I want this record. But she knew we was making it. But she definitely was like, she wanted the record. So, you know, and then when they left her vocals on it, she would go out and talk about it, to which was a little bit of a issue between J-Lo and her and everything. But understand, she really was like, she wanted that record too. And so it was almost probably her way of claiming the record without claiming the record, if you understand what I'm saying.
I mean, I feel like she won, though, as a writer. She's on one of the biggest records.
She did win. J-Lo had no problem with that. It was just, again, and Shadi had no problem with it. It's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Again, everyone always likes to make things out of something that ain't there. You know, and again, I call Ashanti Bon Bon. Bon Bon, again, she did everything, man. She gutted it out with niggas. And I understand what Irv was saying when she didn't throw them M's up, right?
Right.
Again, if I put them 100 artists, 1,000 artists, like, and say this in the same scenario, and you see how many don't do something. This is their livelihood. What I will, she showed up for trial. Irv was mad because we had to tell her, but you know, it's a relationship, my nigga. Like, I look at it a little bit different than he did because it's a relationship. How do you tell your ex? And he's like, fuck that. I made that bitch. This and that. Oh, he go in like that. And I'm like, I hear you, homie, but she don't have to show up either because it's fucking real. Like, y'all, you was fucking nigga. You was Irv act like he was home being a saint. She kept catching the nigga fucking. You know, he mentioned that, listen to me, he mentioned the Nelly shit when they walked in he was watching the game and it was a big commotion. She went out after she caught you fucking mad times, my nigga. Like, you wasn't a saint, nigga.
Like he a saint.
Yeah, and that's the one. Well, he don't listen to me. He don't make it like he's a saint. He just never say it. He only say one side. You know, it's like leaving out a big part.
We need to get Ashanti on here. She won't talk to her, but
she ain't gonna get on it, man.
Big Poppy Ben.
Listen to me. She don't want no parts of that shit no more. And I don't blame her. It's damn near 20 years ago. It's like, what the fuck? We in our own new lives. Everybody's doing their thing. But Irv did say some real shit, whether niggas want to admit it or not. He said, I ain't stop her. I let her go. No one else is going to do that. See, Murder, Inc. from every position was different. No one else is doing that. You put Leo Cohen, he's fucking raping and pillaging until he can't.
Right.
You understand? That's the fucking, yo, BeNda. That's the fucking nigga. Let niggas say and talk all that chitter chatter. I'm giving you real G shit. Fuck out of here. That's the fucking difference. You hear me? Irv didn't fucking say, yo, I need this much money, or you can't go out and do. Nah, he didn't do none of that. You heard?
Right.
He didn't do none of that.
No, look, Chris, this is a good place. Go have a dinner, get drunk. I think we could go back on later when you get to the house if you can. And we'll
yeah, we can go back on, nigga. I'm having this dinner trying to get this money and then I'm back at it.
Yeah, man. So, like, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Share this conversation. Come back. We doing it weekly, and we got something special for y'all. Chris, I appreciate you, bro. And we're going to keep growing and building. Your audio went out for once. You got your finger on the mic. Nah, I can't hear you. Shit. That's the devil. Every time the shit be getting so spicy and we get it rocking, you know what I'm saying? The devil start fucking with my audio. Back. What you want to say before you head?
I'm back. Man,
yeah,
I said I want to thank you for everything, man. We're going to get back on and finish it out. These are great interviews. You know what I mean? The people that keep checking in for everything, they want to see it. So, yeah, you can see where I'm at. I'm at Tal, boy. I'm at Tal. Down.
It's in the streets. He don't give a fuck. He like, man, I'm outside.
I'm outside for real, nigga.
All right, I'll talk to you in a minute, bro.
All right, my man.
Look.